Greetings and salutations, everybody. I'm that guy, and I'm going to do a State of the World, State of the Union address. Probably going to get myself in some trouble here, but anyway, a few things upcoming on my channel. This next week will be some cool 45 stuff. Then we'll go back to revolver content on Magnum recoil. How much does recoil affect your effectiveness of your revolver? If you didn't see the first video with the lightweight 38 stub, I suggest you check that out, especially if you're carrying your snub, your little J-frame, aluminum frame or something with your super boutique Death Ray ultimate Buffalo Bore Underwood super recoiling ammo and you haven't actually tested yourself. Okay. So, some cool stuff coming up on the channel. Go check out Greg. He did a video last night doing some good techniques that I kind of, have in my realistic CCW test and some getting better at Mozambiques and stuff. Speaking of Mozambiques, I think I might film this week. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately is instead of 2 to the body, 1 to the head, 5 yards and in, let's just stitch. So I might test that out with the new pistol in a couple days. Go for, center heart, spine, throat notch, jugular notch, and nose. Bum. If you're 5 yards and in, maybe that should be the default setting. Okay, obviously every situation's different, but that's probably a good default setting with the really poor man stoppers that are handgun terminal ballistics. It's not the movies, so it's not just double tap and they fall. And they're just dead. I mean, well, unless you get lucky and you hit the upper spine. Okay, now on to world events. Yesterday I posted on X, is there about to be a major earthquake or a volcano? This morning in Malaysia, 7.1 magnitude earthquake, luckily outside of Sabah, and I have spent a good amount of time in Malaysia myself. Luckily, I don't think anyone was injured or killed, so that's good. Let's see if that triggers off some other things. Of course, perceptive people will go, well, it was just about 31 days ago that, we had an extreme level 4 electromagnetic storm. A geomagnetic storm, level 4. We got really lucky. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody let you know how lucky we got. We got really friggin' lucky. Okay. Another nut job, try to take out the bad orange man bad, because that's what the controlled, MSM tells everybody. That's on SSRIs and mind-altering drugs. And when you keep repeating, they know. I mean, Russia did all the studies in the 70s. They know what they're doing. They know 2020. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. You still got your diaper on your face? I see a lot of people still do. It's crazy. Because they're crazy people. So yeah, that happened. Cartels. This is more serious. And I'm going to make a little joke here. It might go really bad here in about 20 minutes. It's pre-5 p.m. Apparently, the cartel's in Mexico because their leader was taken out by Mexican military forces, probably, or Sandias, maybe with a little bit of U.S. intel, maybe with a little bit of advisors. Repercussions are hitting, and they're starting to hit hard, and it might get really bad here in a bit. So I probably shouldn't have downplayed it too much. Though, I did just because to just tweet the VP because I thought he might find it funny and sec war. You know what? We need 3-week contracts because not everyone wants to join the military or they're older like me. But a lot of Americans might want to go fuck some shit up and just not end up in prison. So let's release the South. AI told me that hillbilly is slightly more okay than saying hick or redneck. Okay. But let's release Hollyweird pedos' worst fears and release a bunch of Southerners with their pickup trucks and flannel and shotguns to Mexico. 3-week contract. Let's stimulate the economy and let's go fuck some shit up. Now, I'm fine with SF and, being under military command and some ROEs being followed, but I could use the money. A lot of people could. So give us some, maybe you get a little extra bonus there for your pickup truck use instead of having to do Humvees. But everyone joins a squad of 4 or 5 guys under command, and let's work on our guerrilla tactics and make the Republic a little bit stronger. I think it's a win-win. Because maybe that's better optics than full military. I don't know. I think we're okay with, SF advising and letting some people be contractors for 3 weeks. for 3 weeks. Hopefully it's probably over in a week, but let's do some 3-week rotations and let some people get some experience. Shit, I've lived a long time. I could go get in a firefighter too. I need the money. So I'm just saying, let's release the, apparently AI said I could say hillbillies being less offensive than the other two terms. So let's release the hillbillies. Let's release that are better. Probably sounds a little bit better, but let's give Hollywood their worst fears. Oh, fucking crazy white guy's gonna rape you and kill you. Every fucking movie. Oh my God, the people in the country, they're just gonna fucking rape you and kill you. Oh my God, that crazy guy. You're like, every fucking movie. Or the movies that it's all about their cannibalism. All about their cannibalism. Boy, they were really pushing that on every Netflix movie from 2020 to 2024, 2025, weren't they? I mean, maybe some revelations. People should start connecting the dots a little bit. And Friday, I think I made a post to my YouTube followers. I said, gas up your vehicle. Gas up your vehicle. It's about to be Monday morning in other places around the world. Just saying, might have been wise to gas up your vehicle. Maybe I'll put this out right away. It's still wise to go gas up your vehicle. Because there might be repercussions, both of the from the cartel front, especially in, California, New Mexico, Arizona, stuff like that, and other fronts on the Iranian part, perhaps, and obviously in Minnesota and maybe Michigan and other hotspots. DHS has been on a kind of high alert for the last few weeks at certain airports. And, maybe that's why. So I'm not saying all that's going to happen, but anyway, prices will rocket up, and it'd be a good thing to have your car filled up with gas. So I've been in a good mood in the last few days. I do feel like some good things are hopefully happening. I know a lot of people are going to think I'm naive out there. I still have a slight bit of faith, even though I've been completely wronged. I mean, really, really wronged. But I'm still trying to have some faith that good's going to win. If we do take kinetic action in Iran, is that bad? I don't know. I don't have a future seeing machine. Perhaps other people do. And I'm not a geopolitical expert. So, that's a tough call. But if we can do it like we did Venezuela, let SF go wild. I can think of 20 countries that I would hit in overnights. Why? Not to go to war with those countries, but to free those countries from their corrupt leaders that, just think of all the countries taking everyone's freedoms away, putting people in prison for tweets from 5 years ago, or taking a picture at a range in America. I'm just saying, why stop there? In fact, there's a couple, maybe the other side in the Middle East, and then a few over in, I'm just saying things that I can't say. Because it's not like, I don't know, YouTube already has acted illegally as a publisher and shadow banned my channel since 2020 for, I barely ever touch politics, just for a couple of maybe freedom notes, or think critically people, or do your own research. There are peer-reviewed studies already on diapers way away from your fucking face. Japan, a lot of other countries, Japan, a big one with over 1,000 people, and, just tell people to do their own fucking research. And maybe something tested on 6 mice is probably not the thing Okay, so anyway, that's the state of the world. We're in I still think it's very much good versus evil. Why is Rep Luna and Eric Burleson and Tim Burchett never gotten back to me? It's really weird. Old Timmy boy, I thought I would hit it off with, and, at least share some things that are very pertinent to him. Considering a couple incidences were literally right next to his building that I used to have access to. you would think it would be stuff that is in his peer view. And he's also my representative, so I don't know why you're not representing me. I offered to, hey, like, I'll buy you lunch over at the Steak and Potato or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's weird. I know that I've been repressed, hidden, not able to reach people, hidden on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, and all those things. I know that emails weren't going through. I know that I got a auto response from Luna's office 1 month after I sent it because I was being hidden, and certain things on certain contact forms go directly to DC and get held and analyzed and things like that. But I mean, I tried multiple email accounts and separate contact forms and all those things. I do know that Mr. Burleson, I always get that wrong. You have seen just samples of what I can provide you. So why don't I get the courtesy of responses? Why am I not being brought in front of Congress? Why am I not given a job? DJT, now that you made that announcement about let's declassify some stuff, he said Sec War specifically. A lot of that is actually hidden from him in DOE, let alone DOD. It's more DOE, but DOD and CIA, of course. But the real goodies with DOE and contractors. So, how much does even Sec War have? I don't know why he specifically named him and not DNI, Gabbard, but now that you've made that announcement, when there's more to be revealed, shouldn't I don't always look like this in the car. I clean up well. I even got a haircut, people. Oh, yeah, and please don't kick in my doors. This is because we're, about to go kinetic in Mexico and Iran. Okay, so I usually have to hide it and switch it to the Daredevil side or the UFC beanie because otherwise, I'd be put on the list that I'm already on and called the T word by the FBI just a few years ago. Isn't that interesting? So anyway, Mr. DJT and Caroline Levitt and stuff, I actually can clean up well. I've been an actor and a color commentator and good on camera and can ad-lib and stuff, but I could actually show people the good interactions I've had with NHI that people don't want to believe. But if you see, I have one video that's so undeniable. It's the one to share with the world. I have a couple that are like really undeniable and really good. And then I can tell you more, which makes me sound a little crazier about some of the bad stuff that I think Luna would listen to. And something I would share privately or in a skiff, probably, because I don't know how much that is wanted to be talked about until maybe I get some more inside baseball. But I could talk the good side and the bad side and kind of explain things as best as I know, dealing with it for 9 months daily. These are some mind-blowing things and big discussions. I've got a pretty good sense of the picture and how confusing it is and how it's not an easy answer. And now everyone, after DJT made his post, people are like, I know, no, it's like this and it's not like that and it's not religious. There's actually very multifaceted, I fear, and it's pretty confusing stuff. I could explain it, and I could actually share from my personal experiences, talk about it, and I can share video. I have so many videos. Can make a literally 2-hour nonstop documentary. Would be so hard to edit because I probably have, 15 hours of footage that can't be explained by, normal means kind of thing. So, but I could show the good, and I can show the good and give hope. And I gave you something to use, hopefully in your upcoming speeches from the movie Contact. About if it's just us, seems like an awful waste of space. No, that refers more to the ETs that we really need to get more into the NHI and the extraterrestrials and things like that. But it's a good start. So anyway, that's the State of the Union. I hope well-being, because right about now is when there may or may not actually be a 5 p.m. deadline for for the cartels to start attacking citizens in hotels, and some of which I'm sure are American. So that really means it's play ball time, hardcore kinetic wise. And if it's not, but it is, I mean, I still think my idea, letting a bunch of guys go down and get some experience that don't necessarily want to be controlled by joining an agency, or they're too old, they age out of most agencies, or, they don't want to sign a military contract, but, we could play ball and be contractors for a few weeks and boom the economy. Why? Because it's good versus evil, and people that rape and, put people in acid or dump them out of airplanes, there's a lot of us that would like to go. Anyway, guys, please thumbs up, share, subscribe. I didn't know where I was going with all this. It's a little bit strange times. But State of the Union. Comment below. Kaboom.